Hey guys, I'm Amy and you've landed on Bella's Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! Hi guys, welcome to Bella's Bargains. My name is Amy and today is day number 5 of the 12 days of Dollar Tree Christmas. So let's see. Every time we're gonna have to recap this. Are we ready? On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 oven gloves and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 books with words, 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me, let's see, how does it go actually? On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings. However, I thought maybe one day I should just actually use the right words. So, on the 5th day of Christmas, my DT gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 books with love, 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. Okay, are you guys ready to see what my 5 golden rings is though? What? All right, so I've made a holiday centerpiece, and I quite like it. So here is my holiday centerpiece. So notice we have golden rings. Okay, so hold on, I have glue strings always. There's 1 golden ring down here. There's 2. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 golden rings, and this is my centerpiece. So this was, I really just like, these are those wreaths that are, sort of gold colored. And I was like, I'm totally going to use those because there's 5 golden rings that I can buy at the DT. So I made this centerpiece, and when I made it, I just started going through all the stuff that I've left in my stash, and I'm like, what can I use? This is good from all sides. There's an angel on this side, then we have the poinsettia, and it says, Happy Holidays. There's an angel on this side, and the other side is a mimic of the other side. There's a beautiful bow on top. This is good, no matter what angle you look at it. And of course, there's a candle in the middle. This is a Dollar Tree candle as well. And you'll notice inside the vase, can you guys see that? There's pine cones in the base of it and then the candle. All right. Put it down for a second. Let me show you how I made it. On the first day of Christmas, my DT gave to me a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the second day of Christmas, my DT gave to me 2 oven gloves and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the third day of Christmas, my DT gave to me 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my DT gave to me 4 books with words, 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my DT gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 books with words, 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. There's the rings, and I had more than 5 of them, but I only used 5, of course. So I'm trying to decide exactly how I'm going to put them together. So I know I'm going to do the sort of pyramid with the 2 and the little one in the middle, and I'm zip tied, and then I played around with the rest of the hoops to try and figure out exactly how I was going to put them on. But these are just zip ties. It works best. So I'm zip tying at the very top, the two together at the very top, and then I'm going to zip tie them on either side of the bottom one, the round one there. So zip tie in the center on those. I was trying to make sure that I stayed center so that my zip tie on the top was centered, and when I put the zip ties on the bottom, for a couple reasons, because then it was equal on both sides how much of the rings were sticking out, and also to cover it up when it was time. So just regular zip ties. Then when I went to put the next two on, there was one option here that I could have done where I would have put them on the opposite side of the little ring and had them pyramid in exactly opposite of the way this one was. I didn't end up doing that, but it is an option. So if you don't have to use 5, you could just stop right here. You'd be good. But I ended up adding the other two just along the top, and the zip tie, by doing the zip tie tight enough, I could get them to stand out the way that they actually do on there. So this was one of the options right here. So where I could have done the exact opposite. But anyway, I don't do that. So like I said, I zip tied them really tight so that they would stay where I wanted them to stay. But now I've got to put a base on this because I want to put a candle on it. And yeah, so there's a base. So this was just a round sign. And it's got welcome on the other side of it. And I was trying to figure out which things to use for the legs. But these were the little snowmen, but they were too big. So I ended up pulling out the apples, and I just pulled the stems out of the apples, and then they are perfect little pedestal feet. So, but I make a mistake here. I'm such a goof. I get my things out and I glue down my apples, but I should have glued them down on the other side because the other side had the welcome on it. So after I do all this, I have to remove the word welcome on the other side. So there's that. But any round will do. That just happened to be the only round I had, was the one that had the word welcome on it. So I'm pulling the stems out of the apples. Really easy to do, except for one of them, it didn't want to come out, and I had to do some sanding so that it would actually stand flat to be used as a leg. Right there, the one you can't see what I'm doing with right now. Anyway, so I'm looking at how this is going to go on there, and I'm just going to visually put my feet opposite each other, like 12, 3, 6, and 9 on the clock. So this is where I should have flipped it over and done it, but I do it on this side. That's okay. And I just use a little bit of wood glue and hot glue. Perfect. Instant hold, long-term hold, ba-bam. And I went opposite first because I knew visually I could see that pretty clearly, and then go to the opposing sides to lay those down. Obviously, you can measure it out if you want to. I just didn't feel the need. I don't think anybody's going to like actually look at it and be like, wait, that's wrong. Okay, so once I get those on, that's where I flip it over and realize I have the welcome on there. So I just used a scraper and I scrape off the word welcome because I can't leave it because it'll be seen, and I need to put the candle there and it's not flat because the word is 3-dimensional. So I didn't even try and save the word. I was just like, no, I'm just going to whip it off of there, get it, scrape it off. Did come off fairly easily though, thank goodness. There's a couple of little remnants left over that I just had to scrape off and maybe even sand slightly, but that was fine. And now I'm not going to leave this natural wood, although in hindsight I might have, because I ended up using the natural wood signs that say Happy Holidays. So yeah, I could have, and maybe I should have, but I don't. I use the shoe polish and I stain this, and again, I love the shoe polish because it is so easy. I don't have to dirty any rags, it doesn't stink, and it goes on so nice. If you cannot find the shoe polish, I've heard they have it at Dollar General, so maybe try there. I haven't seen the shoe polish in a while at Dollar Tree, and if I do find it again, I'm like gonna buy 12 bottles because I haven't run out yet, because I bought like 6 bottles a couple of years ago and they go a nice long way. So when I go around the base of these, it doesn't really get in the crevices, so I pulled out a little paintbrush and just painted it in to cover all of the wood spots. Obviously I didn't have to do the underneath part, but I wanted to make sure the legs matched. So just getting that on there, doing the paintbrush around the base of the feet, and then that's going to be done. So not much to this. Probably could have cut some of this out. That's just how it goes. Alright, so then I'm going to move on to, I believe, attaching this to, or attaching the 5 golden rings to this piece, right? And I'm painting all of the white spots here. I even sped this up, but it still takes a while. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how to attach the golden rings to the wood round. One of the things that I could have done was left the hole open for the hanger, and then I could have zip tied through that. I did not. So instead, I place it down and I make sure that it's lined up with the feet underneath it, right? So I want the feet to be sitting at the right spot on them. Anyway, and then I just cut off all the ends on my little zip ties because I don't need those. And I take some hot glue and I'm just going to hot glue the bottom round to this, the 5 rings to the bottom round. So where the zip tie is I'm going to have good contact with hot glue because of the plastic of the zip tie. And I know I'm going to cover this up, so I just glob just a big glob of hot glue on there to attach it to it. And then we're going to go through and do the decorating. So you can see the big glob of hot glue down there, now dried. But it's not going to show because I know I'm putting something there. So I had this piece of ribbon. I'm just going to make a standard loop twist bow. So I just played with it a little bit for like distancing of my loops and so on and so forth, and how I can get that to be perfect. I'm going to put this on the very top. Now you might question a bow on the top, but the flame to the candle is far enough below it that it's absolutely fine. And there's enough air flow through the whole piece. So again, I'm just gonna take my bow, attach it to the top, and I have some gold stuff sitting there because I was thinking I was gonna add more gold than I end up adding to this because it was 5 golden rings, but I don't add a whole bunch of gold. But color choices here really doesn't matter. If you look at what we have right now, it's pretty neutral. Even the rings they're almost they're like a muted gold, so you could use any color you want. But I had this piece of ribbon, so I'm like, I'm going to use it up because I keep trying to use up my stash. So which is exactly what I do. And so I zip tied it on because that was the perfect way to add it to this. And then I knew it would help secure the top of that. And I threw 1 piece of greenery in it just to add the slightest bit of greenery to the very top. And so after I get all this done, I do take the gold, there's a glittery gold ball right there in view right here, and I stick it in the middle. And it looked okay, but it was just too gaudy. So in the end I removed that. But you guys can watch the rest of this as I put everything on here. The angels, the curve of the angels that I put on the sides, just want to say that they're little, there I'm putting the big gold ball on. The base of the angels, when I glued them down, they matched up with the base of the ring that's on the bottom, so that's how I attach those. Right now I'm going to attach my big poinsettias, but I'm going to add just a little bit of greenery. So this is got some gold in it, but I'm just barely putting hardly any on, and it's just for a little touch of gold seeping out the sides of the poinsettias. And these poinsettias had clips on them, but I do take off the clips because the clips don't work. And I'm putting the sprigs of gold through the poinsettia, and then I just added some hot glue to make them permanently inserted in the back of the poinsettia. And that's it. So I made it 1 piece before I glued it to the project. Can you see what I'm saying there? So 1 little sprig on each side, 1 little portion of a pick on each side, and then I glue that, and then I'm going to glue that over the place where we've blobbed the great big thing of hot glue to attach the whole 5 golden rings piece. So I'm going to pull the sticker, the clip off of those poinsettia things. Okay, so here's the little angels. And when I do put the angels on, like I said, the base of them matched up perfectly. So I have one, I'm just putting a little glue around. I'm so sorry you can't see it here, but it's just the very bottom of the angel, and it matches up with the roundness of the ring. So it was perfect because they just went on there seamlessly. Just a little bit of hot glue. Then I'm going to glue my poinsettias on either side. And it still has the gold ball up there in the center of the bow, but that is going to be removed. And then I'm going to move on to putting my candle in the center. In the end, I ended up taking a big glass vase. I put pine cones in the bottom of it, and then a candle which happened to be red. It was one of the fall candles that had like rope and a little bronzy leaf on it, but it was a good color red, and so I decided to take all that off of it and use it as a pillar candle inside of my vase here. See that? I'm putting pine cones in, and then I'm going to put the vase on top. So it pulled the red from the bow into the center of it. And here's where I go, no big ball. Instead, I'm going to use the big pine cone because that's what I've just used inside the vase. And it's a more natural element, which when I put the words Happy Holidays in the natural wood, it all sort of ties together. And so that's all I'm going to do here is take these words, they say Happy Holidays, and just glue them onto the top ring, right? So this now gives a purpose for ring 4 and 5. All right, and that was it. This thing was done. I think it actually came out really good. Be a great centerpiece for a round table. Just I think because it's round in the center and it's so visually perfect from all sides, and it's basically a round centerpiece with the rings and the wood and piece and all that. Anyway, I hope you guys like this one. There you go. 5 golden rings made into a centerpiece. Really not that hard, and I didn't really change any of the elements. Okay, so I shoe polished the wood round, that's fine, and the little these are the apples that I took the stems out of, right? That's the only thing. Other than that, I used everything in its form as it came from Dollar Tree. So the poinsettias, the picks, the angels came just like this, the vase, I mean everything else stayed, even the verbiage says Happy Holidays, which is the straight wood. So, oops, I just noticed that one was sticking out a little too far. Anyway, I think this came out really cute. I think it's a beautiful little centerpiece. And of course, you don't have to put a candle in it. You could do other things. But I love that no matter which side I look at, this looks good. So, there you go. Let's recap. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Hold on. 5 golden rings. This is my favorite one. 4 books with words, 3 silver bells, 2 oven gloves, and a gnome in a Christmas tree. Okay, how are we doing so far? So tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, in 2 days, come back because we're going to do the 6th day of DT Christmas, which I think this one's really cute, and sort of not expected. Although I don't know if any of these have been expected, to be quite honest. Maybe the gnome, I mean, everybody's making those. Okay. So, everybody have a great day, great week, and great life. And, as always, from your singing crafty crafter, let's pick up day number 5 one more time. Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. Bye-bye. I'll see you back here in 2 days.